As a Kenyan, I would say it's a real pleasure to have free cities here, and especially in a medium-sized city. I think we've had them in big cities before, but for me, this brings it close to home in terms of especially the rural-urban linkages, and looking at the role of women, especially in food security and agriculture. Given women contribute about 80% to food on the continent, it's really important that we bring it home in terms of their contribution and the importance especially of their having land rights to be able to contribute, and also in agribusiness, and they are the link to the city as well. Okay, with the Sustainable Development Goals, which link, actually they match quite well to the AU Agenda 2063, the main goals relating to poverty, hunger, women's empowerment, the development of cities, and the sustainability that it takes in terms of addressing climate change. I think it's really, really important that that the programs that are put in place are inclusive of women. And if they are not inclusive of women, then we will not be able to achieve them in the first place. And that's why, like with the SDGs, you have SDG 5 that tackles the issue of empowerment of women. And so I think that the issue of equity is really important, but so is governance in itself. And we've been discussing how it's important to have women in government and in positions of making decisions that touch on development. Because without women, to be honest, it's half the population in the first place. You're not going to be able to include the issues that touch on them. But it's not just having women as a woman myself. It's really about understanding the key issues that touch on why we should be inclusive. And especially having men behind that and seeing men as solutions and not necessarily in competition to women. So it's really important that we look at it in terms of how to empower women, even after the laws have been passed, but also how to remove the hurdles in institutions, whether it is the legal, but also land administration, ensuring that there's transparency of information so that it's accessible to everyone. But also making sure that the institutions are close to the people, because most women are in rural areas. They're not going to come to the capital city or even to Kisumu to record or to document their rights. It should move a little bit closer.